Hey guys, this is Dartamos with Dartamos Dominions. I'm here with Vish to Fish Coconut. How are you doing, dude?
I'm good.
So, and last time we saw that who is attacking?
Hinam. Yeah, it's just Hinam at the moment.
Okay, and Hinam was about to jump on your capital. So let's see how that battle goes. No spoilers for us. And wait, dude, there's no battle at your capital here. So can you tell me what's going on?
I think he decided not to go on the capital, even though it would have been an easy battle for him.
Do you have any ideas as to why?
No, because honestly, he could have won. Maybe he was scared of his seductions, but even then, he could have won them if he get his Malquats right.
Okay, so let's see what happened with Arcocephali, and let's see what the AI did against you once more.
I don't think he'll end up well
Yeah.
for them.
Okay. Oh, look at that. He actually used his... Oh, he's on your commander. Okay, well,
Yeah.
that worked out really well for you and very poorly for him. Um, and what's sad is that these Wind Riders actually put up a pretty decent siege defense, and this was probably saving him turns on you cracking the fort.
Yeah, maybe like 1 or 2 turns, but I think he's AI, but maybe he's not.
Okay, I can't remember. I want to go check. We can check that afterwards. Let's see what happens in Ultima Typhia. I'm guessing not much. Okay, so he's retreating here. Now, you put 6 PD in here. Do you know when he would take provinces and you would take them back, how much PD did you put into there?
6 usually.
Okay, why is that? Do you just plan on keeping it, or how does that work?
I just put 6 on the tiny chance that he sends a small force and then I win with 6, but I wouldn't have won with 1.
That's awesome. I really like that because it's a different type of strategy. Usually I only put in 1 just to see what he's doing, unless there's a chance that he won't attack it.
Yeah, I guess if you really wanted to optimize, you could put 1 where you know he's going to go for certain with a big force.
And I think I've seen you do that before where you just put in 1, so it's not every time that you do 6, but yeah, it is interesting that you put 6 this time, and it's kind of a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are raiding again, and he is only putting 1 PD in, and I mean, if he put 6 in here, do you think it would have made a difference?
No, not in this case.
Okay, even with this Bone Tribe, could he have done like a PD dump and hurt you a lot?
If he put like 30, maybe 40, then he would have killed me. If he put 20, I would have taken casualties.
Okay, and that's really interesting because this was his retreat path. This is the province that he took last turn, and so he's retreating out from here. And if he would have attacked and would have somehow lost the battle, any troop that would have retreated would have died in the retreat. So, to some extent, it did work out well for him in that regards. Now you've picked up the Wolfkin Rider or Wolfkin Reavers. What are these guys for?
I think it's for cracking Arcus Veil.
Ah, there you go. Okay, so and it looks like we have a force on your border from Mictlan. When it rains, it pours, or are they going to be coming in for this independent? What do you think is going to happen next turn?
I definitely think they're coming for me because you wouldn't need that many sacreds to go for the independence. And also the independence is not a very good province because you can see it's long dead.
Yeah, the other question I have is, did you get a hold of him and try to talk to him about this?
I think so. I think I did, but I don't think he replied.
Okay. Well, excellent. What are you going to do to prepare against this? Are you going to seduce here? Because, I mean, it's pretty obvious that he's going to go through this narrow choke point. Are you going to be sending down, like, a whole bunch of these guys?
I think so. I might have sent them. It depends on my research. But I was considering a PD dump there because Jaguars are very squishy.
Okay. Yeah, these not the best PD though. That's what's sad.
Yeah, it isn't. But I didn't end up doing a PD dump. But I think I could have won with what he sent.
Okay. Do you think that you can win this fight? Just like pulling these guys in?
Yeah, I was going to pull them guys in and then do a PD dump and summon lesser air elementals.
Okay. Okay, this force of Hinams, where do you think he's going to now?
Honestly, after he retreated from my cap, which wasn't a good move in my opinion at all, I don't know what his kind of plan is. So I just assume he's going to maybe raid a bit more with them.
What I'm really interested in seeing is that he didn't go into these two provinces. He could have, or I mean, like even these two would have been a safe move, regardless. Or, you know, either way, he would have been just fine going to these two provinces.
Honestly, he could have went wherever he wants. Everything would have been safe for him with that stack.
That's very true. Hold on. Let's see what we got. So he does have 4 commanders, where before I think he only had 2. Is that correct, or did he have 4?
I think he sent down some mages, but I'm not sure.
Okay, so maybe he's just reinforcing. Maybe he's getting a new armor set. I mean, we could check for that. If any of these guys are wearing armor. Okay, no new armor. And, yep, no new armor. So, this guy is still sitting in his interesting little half gear set.
Yeah, his not very good gear set.
Okay. So it looks like a pretty boring turn other than, you know, the possible attack by Mictlan. Let's turn into turn 19.
Well, I'd say it's an obvious attack, but we'll see this time.
You got to keep some anticipation there, Vish. So what's up with this Eye Shield, Thorn Spear, and Black Steel Plate? What have you done?
Okay, so I did some testing for my god to kill his sacreds, Hinnom sacreds, the Rephite warriors, and this was a gear set I found would work.
Now, what makes this gear set work? What is the defense and what is the attack?
The defense is the Eye Shield blinding them, the Thorn Spear repelling them, and I'm going to forge some attack skill items. And the attack is, well, there's no attack except for the base attack.
What I really like about your thugs and your super combatants is that when you go in, you usually either just go with like a GSS or like a Stinger, so something really cheap like that, or you go all in. And I think that this is looking good in that, you know, you've got a unit that could potentially kill his entire army now, where he's got a half-geared thug that can do absolutely nothing to you.
Yeah.
Now I see some aggression on your part. What's up with this? I mean, he was a peaceful neighbor.
I realize that it's nearly 95% chance he's going to attack, so I might as well make the first move.
Hey, you didn't take the first move. I can see. I read down the list. He attacked first. He's the bad guy.
Technically, yes.
So let's see what he's got. Let's see what you've got against him. You did not defend against him, which is personally I think that's a good idea because you're going to see what he's got. Do you remember? Were we able to find his bless?
Yeah. I think we've already seen his bless somehow, but we can see it again.
Okay, and is this anything that you're scared of?
Yeah, because it's a bless to kind of counter me. I think a lot of players have taken blesses.
Yeah, that's nuts. This is the second player that we've seen that has taken a bless that in some small part counters yours.
Yeah, like the magic weapons and the spirit sight. The magic weapons might not be for me, but the spirit sight definitely is.
Now you still have a foot in the Dominion's door. How scary is Ubar in the grand scheme of EA?
It's definitely one of the better nations, and I think a lot of players are tempted to rush them, but they're not very easy to rush.
And so why is there so much emphasis on the spirit sight? Is it because they're a better nation then?
It's because it's very hard to hit their troops without spirit sight, because you get -10 penalty, of course.
Okay. That's really interesting. It seems almost like the Elvish, where you need to take the what's the weapon? Magic weapons, where you've got to take magic weapons. And what's interesting is that it's almost like we're going into a meta where if there's these two nations, you need to take spirit sight and magic weapons.
I don't think it's as much with the elves because unless it's like mid game where they're putting up fog warriors, because glamour doesn't really magic weapons doesn't really affect glamour.
Okay. Yeah, it is really interesting. So the magic weapons is usually for the mid game then.
Yeah, and for the air elementals, they'll inevitably summon.
Ah, that's fair enough. Well, let's see what you did in return. Did you expect him to? Did you expect him to expect? I feel like we're doing 3D chess. Were you expecting him to expect? Do you get what I'm saying? Are you expecting any damage?
I'm not expecting him to kind of be prepared for my attacks.
Thank you. Okay. And it looks like you were. Wait, this is how much PD is this?
10. It looks like 10, or maybe it's 8.
Is that 8? I mean, we could probably check pretty easily. So 10 Amazons. Let's go see what that is. Yeah, so 10 Amazons that's 7 PD. That's kind of interesting.
I think he did it to get 2 of the cavalry.
That's fair enough. But he also did it down here. Yeah, it's really interesting.
Maybe he just likes the number 7.
That's fair enough. I mean, but it's 7 gold to do that per province, and if you got 30 provinces, that's 210 gold.
Yeah, it adds up.
Yeah, it does really fast too. So you have got him in a squeeze here. What do you think he's going to do next? Do you think he's going to jump on your fort?
I think what I would do would be to jump on my fort, but right now I think I'm asking him for peace.
Okay. And what is he saying in return?
He accepted peace.
Okay,
and I let him keep the province he took.
I don't know if he did, because I seem to remember these guys in action.
Okay, I think he accepts peace next time.
I think so too. Because I remember watching. I remember talking to you about this. Because do you remember these guys attacking? Right? You know what's happening next turn, right?
Yeah. I remember seducing him. Yeah.
Okay, there will be tears on one side or the other for absolute sure. Arcocephali looks like it is reaching the end, and I did want to check real quick. He did go AI. So now you're going to get random indie types attacking you randomly.
Yep, exactly. And I don't think it'll go well for them, as it didn't this time.
What are you going to continue to theoretically he doesn't take peace. What do you do with your forces here?
Well, if he doesn't take peace, my main plan is to cloud trapeze on his big army with my god.
Okay, so you're going to use this guy against that. Now, are you worried at all? Oh my. Okay, are you worried at all about him telling the build to Hinam?
Yeah, but there's nothing else I can really do. So if he does tell the build to Hinam, I can't really help it. It's not in my control.
Okay, and speaking of Hinam, what is this? This used to be your province.
Yes, unfortunately, he looks like he searched there with the Earth or Astral Mage and found a site.
Now, what's really interesting about this is that this took him, his entire army lost a turn. And so that means he's been spending 1/10 of the game just sitting there with his entire army while at war. So, I mean, if technically he's been at war for 5 or 6 turns, a third of his turns have been sitting doing nothing. How important to you are your army turns? Do you feel like your armies have got to be doing things?
I don't feel like they have to be doing things, but if they've got something better to do with their time than like this army does, then yeah, I would send them out.
If you were in his position, I mean, you've lost 2 turns now. It's going to take you another 2 turns to get back to the capital. Ubar is recruiting theoretically a Shaitan and a half a turn. I mean, is this worth it anymore, or should you just allow Mictlan to go wild?
I'd go straight for my for Ubar's cap and gear my Melquarts right so they don't get seduced. And it's quite easy matchup for him.
Okay, that's really interesting. I'm really interested to see if he decides to charge up again. This Mictlan fight to see, what's going to happen here. So let's move into turn 20. Okay, we have some seducers. Now, he corrupted a commander, but not the priests or the priest kings. Do you know if you seduce a priest king, can you start getting slaves?
I haven't tested that, no.
Okay.
But I'd assume so.
Oh man, that would be really interesting to see and start seeing the slave armies of Nabah. Okay.
Cuba.
Yeah, you're right, Abar. Now I thought you couldn't bring blood slaves into a whatever this thing is.
Assassin battle.
Yes, thank you.
Well, what I think it is you can, but it's a way lower chance of getting them in.
Okay. And is that going to be problematic for you?
If he casts some spells, maybe. I guess we'll see.
Okay.
I think summon imps might be bad.
Here comes his imps. Now they are getting bogged down on the air elemental. Oh, we have one that's coming in back. This is interesting. Okay, so this one actually did win, but man, that was close. So summon imps, you're right that it could have went wrong. Now this isn't looking good because I'm seeing the same name twice.
Yeah, I assume one failed.
I mean, this guy, this doesn't seem that scary. What happens?
He has magic weapons and he can kill an air elemental.
How does he have magic weapons? Oh, because he
from his bless.
Oh, yeah. Wow. So his bless actually worked out really well. Look at that guy dance.
But even then, it's very close.
He has Undying 6, and he's at -5 hit points.
Yeah, I think in another world it could have worked out well for me.
One more trample and he's dead. Okay, so what happens now? Oh! Oh!
He charges up.
This is nuts! Oh! And pop. Okay, well, the good news is for you is this one feels like it's got a better chance. What is he sitting on? He regained all of his hit points. That's nuts.
I assume he healed himself after the last battle. Because if you're living with Undying, you die after.
I wonder if that's true during a... Well, there's two things. Is that true during an assassin battle? And does the death occur after all assassinations is my question.
I'm not sure. We'll see.
Oh, no, he did. Oh, my goodness. He cast Healing Touch on himself.
Yep, I guess that's the problem with Lucid's casting mod.
Oh, man, Lucid is...
It's working too well.
Oh, speaking of the desert, it looks like you moved your militia out.
Yeah, I never noticed that, but now I do.
I think I got to see this turn that you... I logged on to be able to see this in... Because I remember you told me about the Priest King. And this was sad. So nothing, and he's on the move again, and he's next to your cap again, this time with the same army. Maybe more Rephi warriors?
Maybe he feels... I think it's the same army, the exact same army, but maybe he feels more confident this time.
Okay. Well, let's move forward, or let's try to push it forward and see what he's got on as bodyguards. Okay, I don't think there are any bodyguards on this Melkart.
Nope, there aren't. Maybe he thinks he can tank any seductions.
And he's only got two Avite Light, or he's only got Avite Light. He doesn't have these Rephite warriors on guard commander. That's
yeah.
What's interesting is that if you attacked him with your commanders, with troops around them and attacked rear, I mean, your guys would just demolish this. So
maybe. I think the flying AI works a bit weird at sometimes, but if I'm lucky, they'll go right to the back and hit it.
Yeah, either way, they're either hitting this middle one, this one dude, or the guys in the back, and either way, that's going to be a bad day for him. Now, what's entertaining is that he's lighting his own troops on fire. Ha.
Yeah.
Okay. That 6 PD coming out, or really helping out. Okay, we have, that's nice, or no, that's not nice. This is nice, that's not nice, nice, and all things said and done, a pretty good turn. Are you happy with this result?
Well, the main goal here wasn't to win a big victory, but it was to kind of stop them from moving and to put Mictlan off because I negotiate peace with them this time.
Okay. I remember that you were planning on, because I looked at this and we were talking about, attacking here, and, I was asking you if you thought you could do it, if you thought that that there were no more commanders left to bless, so on and so forth, and you were pretty confident that you could win this battle.
Yeah, I was going to send my god here if he didn't accept peace, and I don't think he has any commanders there, so it would have hit that.
Okay, so my next question is, are you expecting him to actually hit Ubar this turn?
I don't know. At this point, I'm confused by his superior tactics.
Are you going to keep your... Wait, where is your pretender? Okay, are you
I think he's out, yeah.
Okay, so you were prepared for him to jump onto Fennica and then to wipe him out. Interestingly enough, he stood still. I wonder if those were his only commanders.
It's because all of his commanders were seduced. That's why he didn't move to Fennica.
Oh, wow, because that could have been a disaster for him. Interestingly enough, you come out ahead because he doesn't see your build, but he comes out ahead because I think you could have wrecked him with this. So I assume... Okay, good.
I sent the god there just in case the seductions didn't go well.
Okay, and I think that would have went really well. So it worked out for both of you, and I'm assuming that you're going to move and patrol here.
Yep, I think that's the plan.
Okay, so you are fairly confident that you can wipe this army out with yours, and not only that, but I mean, I don't see any reason why you can't jump behind him as well, correct?
Yep, I think I tested it out, and I'm confident in my god, and I cut off his retreat path as well.
Okay, so let's see what happens. Let's see if he jumps forward, or I'm actually kind of interested if he's going to bring forward these Enkidu slaves beforehand, and just wait here a turn and maybe try to catch you off guard or see what you're going to do. So, okay, 21. 21, where are you? Okay, I do see a battle on this on here. I'm not seeing any Mictlan attacks, and not only that, but you've you left something undefended. Now, when you went to peace with him, did you give him provinces?
Yep, I gave him everything he took.
Okay, and was he happy with that?
I assume so, otherwise he wouldn't have went to peace.
Did he give you any explanation as to his justification for going to war? Anything that we could,
Hinnom convinced him. I think that's what he said. Hinnom convinced him. And then I said Hinnom's using you to kind of as a meat shield.
Okay, and you showed him that Hinnom was running away?
Yep, yeah, I think so.
That's one of the interesting things. If he would have jumped on your cap, even if things would have went, wrong in 2 or 3 turns, I think Mictlan would have stayed in the fight, and that would have been a bit more troublesome if something went wrong with your pretender, which I think we're going to be able to see here. So I'm going to jump into here real quick, and let's see what happens at your cap. Now, he just sent a scout, and he now knows what you have.
That's a good move, yeah, because he knows and he's prepared now. But only if he follows up on it.
Do you think that he's scared of this at all?
He might be scared, but now he's seen it, he should be able to come up with a counter.
The fun thing is that a counter is probably 3 to 4 turns away, and that gives you time to play with it as well. I'm kind of interested in seeing what happens here, because it's that cat and mouse type of thing where, or I guess it's a thrust and a riposte type of thing where he can test, but then he has to attack you in order to get to you, and while he's attacking, you can change your build. Is that correct?
Yep, but at the same time, there's not much I can do versus some counters.
So you think that there is an absolute counter to your Ilhat of Might that you just can't beat?
An absolute and very simple counter, which is like a great sword of sharpness on the Melquart, and multiple ones.
Okay, so like 3 or 4 Melkarts with great swords of sharpness. What's interesting with his build, I think that he could probably even do like get some other commanders in there that are cheaper and just put GSSs on it and see if you can get some hits in.
Yeah, definitely he could do that.
But he has no GSS on this right now. Let's get another look at his bless.
Kind of funny because he spent 10 gems on a black steel full plate, but not 5 on a greatsword.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize exactly how powerful armor piercing is.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's really interesting because then you get one step farther, which is why you would want to take a stinger over a GSS, which is also another kind of, interesting thing that I think a lot of people don't appreciate. Now, interestingly enough, he did come down here, and do you think he might be aiming for Fennica at this point?
Yeah, I think it's definitely possible at this point for him to go there because he knows there's less resistance there and no seductors.
I mean, yes and no. I don't think that he can crack that in one turn, can he?
He can't, but it'd be 2 turns.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess
if he does that, you just move him right down there, and you'd get him in the second turn. And not only that, but his siege chaff is up here, and interestingly enough, he's keeping it there. I don't understand this whole, because these things are not cheap units, if I remember correctly.
They're like 7 gold.
Are they only 7?
Yeah, I think so.
Let me check that. Okay, they're 11. So
not 11 gold.
So I guess they're not that bad, but they're siege strength 2, which is why they're awesome. But yeah, I mean, still, it's 400 gold worth of units that are just sitting around. Huh. Okay, well, I guess we will see what happens next turn. I'm assuming he's sending another. My guess is, dude, I think he didn't even have a. I don't think he had a commander anywhere in range.
Yeah, he definitely didn't. I think his nearest commander is in the province east.
Yeah, I think you're correct. Because there might be something here because it attacked here last turn. He might have moved up this turn, but I mean, still, that's amazing how. I mean, it just, think, you could have hurt him a lot.
I think it's a good decision, like, he went to peace with me, because I think that army would have definitely died.
I agree. And that's a lot of his sacreds at this point. Okay, well, let's move on to, do we have enough time? Yeah, we have quick enough time for turn 22. 22. Oh, we are just burning through this. Okay, so we have a corruption on a Horite Shaman, which means that you guessed that he might go to your south, and you were there to... Is this where... Okay, we can check.
I think it's just the fort where he had all the siege chaff, and I was just trying to make life hard for him.
Well, it looks like you might have been successful. Okay, this should go well for you. Yes, it does. Okay.
Yeah.
So the Horite Shaman are very nice, but they're not... They have no blessing to them. So he was toast. Okay, you now have a new prophet. Are you going to put the new prophet on anything special?
I don't think so. Maybe something stealthy.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna burn through these because I don't think there's anything of note.
It's just raiding, and I think he took back a province.
Okay, he's now back on your eastern, in your cap circle in the east.
Yep, he's dancing around still.
There you go. I'm guessing he just retreated?
Maybe he thought I put 0 PD in it, but I did.
Okay, what's interesting is that this is his fort. So you jumped on his fort. Okay, he might be pinging your other fort. Yeah, he was pinging your other fort. So he's got a Melkart here. He's got a Melkart here. So now he has 2 Melkarts on the scene. So there might be some new shenanigans that he has planned. But what's interesting, dude, is that, I mean, you are just wrecking his backline.
Yeah, that's what Ubar's best at, and that's what makes it so good. But it's relatively easy for him to counter, but he doesn't seem to be doing it at the moment.
I mean, I don't know what he expects this Dawn Guard and these Avite Light Infantry to do. I mean, you could probably even, predict he's going here, put a light PD dump in there, and just watch him face check it.
I think that's exactly what I do this turn.
Okay, I hope you did, because I would love to see that. And I mean, even up here, he's got. It looks like there's some sort of
Bad event for him.
Yeah. Did you contact? Have you contacted Fomori about joining in the war with you?
Nope, because at this point I'm semi-confident I can eat up Hinnom all by myself.
I just find this so entertaining that you have no interest whatsoever in sharing in any of the spoils. You're like, I haven't even taken my first cap, or I haven't taken my second cap, but the third one's already, it's mine except for the formalities. And you are, what's that, sorry?
Carry on.
No, you did. Sorry, keep going.
Okay. At this point, I kind of realize maybe Hinnom doesn't have some sort of big brain, massive plan, and that he's just food for me.
Now, what makes you think that?
Because he missed the first opportunity like 2 turns ago to take my cap, and he hasn't been playing very well so far, in my opinion.
He's got full plate black steel, along with Ranger's boots and a burning pearl on every single one of his troops. Instead of having the morale attack pendant that would help him against your assassins, he has the fire resist ones.
And it's also cheaper, and it also gives him more attack skill, 5 versus 4.
Huh. Okay. Well, I mean, I hope that you win this battle. It'll be really interesting to see, but sadly, we are out of time. So, I guess we're leaving at the exact same place. You think that he'll hit your cap this turn?
I think so, and I think I'll prepare for it this turn.
Okay, excellent. Well, Vish, thank you so much for joining, and we will see you in the next episode. Thank you for giving me your time, dude. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Bye.